See, in the society, women, even in the Western world, even in the Western world, the women, though they are given freedom, but still, unknowingly, there is some limitations based on their strength, their ability, and of course, there are so many other reasons. But well, women have a lot of freedom in the Western countries. But in India, I thank God, the freedom is increasing now. And because the culture, the traditions, so women are always, considered to be subordinate and they should not take a leading position in whatever they have to go through. But now it's not so. The freedom has been given. But now, though the freedom is given the society, but well, you have limitations in your own families, and you may have limitations in your surroundings, in your situations. See, I'm just talking to you like a common woman. I was not trained to achieve anything. I had no training at all. Absolutely, I didn't even have any dream also. Usually people talk about dreams, but even now I speak to you all. If anybody is without a dream, it doesn't matter. It's the work which matters. So it's our own attitude, our efforts. That is what matters a lot. And I just got a word which I really want to emphasize today, a quote. She overcame everything that was meant to destroy her. She overcame everything that was meant to destroy her. You see, in our lives, unexpected things happen. And the worst part is when we feel to do something and we are not being encouraged. Okay, leave apart encouragement. When we are being criticized, when we face obstacles, that's the worst part. See, everybody has some feeling within themselves. Everybody has some good thought within themselves. But usually, we as women, we allow ourselves to be overcome by the obstacles, excuses, criticism, our situations. So we have to stop that. We should not do that. There's a great meaning in life. You just think about the happy moments you had in your life because of others. You just think because of yourself, how you made somebody happy and how they were grateful to you. See, when we are in hard times, when we are in miserable times, we have no words to express our feelings. When somebody understands us and tries to lift us up, when we feel rejected, when we are isolated. So we all go through the situations. In my life, that's what I told you. First of all, I never had a dream about anything. Maybe I'm talking something which is against where several people where they say you have to dream. Well, I'm not against dreaming. You you want to achieve something good, you have to think about it, you have to work on it. That's not wrong. But even I want to encourage people who don't have dreams. Maybe you're feeling, what is this, my life about? Okay, let me just look at myself, my problems, my family. So I advise you, come out of yourself. Life is something more than that. See, as I gave you that quote, a woman who's empowered, she has to know how to overcome that is trying to destroy her. That is trying to push her back, that is not allowing her to go forward. Destroy in which aspects? I mean, many aspects. Maybe it is trying to destroy you, many things, but you have to be an overcomer. So the overcoming part begins first within ourselves. I always think about, well, my life changed dramatically at the age of 21 because my dad brought me up in such a way, saying money is everything, to live in pride and to depend on money, the strength of money. Little did he know, imagine that his life is just going to end in 52 years. None of us thought about it. And there was a sudden shock to all of us where I lost my dad at the age of 21. I was just going to go for my further studies. I was the only daughter and I had two brothers. So my dad was quite a famous businessman in that place. It was in Karnataka in Bijapur. And never had I any thought about life. My only thought was, maybe you will laugh, I wanted to have a loving family. I used to talk to my friends, even if my husband is poor, it's okay. I want loving family, wonderful children. My daughter should be like this. My son should be like this. Like my daughter should have a long hair. Like, like a babyish, like childish talk. This is how I used to talk with my friends, even when I was 21. So you can imagine how I was that time. But I was quite, bold to involve in certain things. That also I was having some quality. But never, never had I thought that I have to achieve something. Never. But then when I lost my dad and I wanted to end my life because I had no strength to bear that agony. So I thought of ending my life even when my daddy's body was in our house. And that was the time when God dealt with my life because I was seeking strength, I was seeking peace of God. And it was by God's grace that day I was protected. And then within few days, I was just longing for peace. I wanted strength. I couldn't bear the separation because I was very, very sensitive about family life. And at this point, I saw the need for my survival. My mother was diabetic, my two brothers were very small. So I thought, no, I cannot end my life. All my relatives were here in Chennai. And then I began to seek who will give me peace. And then through Jesus Christ, I got that peace. I got that strength. I committed my life to Him. And then I realized the teachings of Jesus changed my life, that come out of selfishness. And you have to now think about others. Think about making others happy. So, my dear people, especially the women, whether people reject you or love you, without you, no life. is going to be useful. You know, there's a saying, behind every man is a woman. Behind every successful man is a woman. Whether it's your family members or anybody outside. But for a person to be successful, the women is very necessary. And without women in the home or in the society, whatever role you're playing, maybe you're a mother, you're a sister, you're a daughter-in-law, you're a daughter, grandmother, whatever role you're playing, but you have a very important role in your family. You don't give up. Maybe your family looks down upon you. You continue taking efforts about your family. See, the women empowerment, it should not stop in our family. Maybe our family rejects us. Maybe they look down upon us. Maybe they don't cooperate. But you do your part of your responsibility, because women cannot be careless like how men are careless about family life. So we always have added responsibilities, though we are involved in the society, though we go for a job, though we are involved in so many things, but still, when anything happens in a family, the blame comes mainly on the women. We all know that. So, my dear people, see, we cannot avoid the facts and the responsibilities. And at the same time, the problems, the situations will keep on changing. There are ups and downs. So, in that part also, you cannot change those aspects. But with every changing situation, you need to think that you have to overcome that. How should I overcome? The overcoming part is very important. Nobody can go forward without facing struggles and failures. Very beautifully, the quote has been written, failures are stepping stones to success. Many of us sometimes try and we give up because of failures. And this was one thing which I never did. Because of failures, I was always trying to find more ways to move forward and see where my mistake is. See, we should never compete with others. We should compete with ourselves. We should think to do better than what we did before. Better than before. Not better than them, better than this person. See, well, now today in the world is full of competitions in sports or anything. There is a competitive spirit. But in the competitive spirit, see, I don't encourage this in my school. There are a lot of things which are a bit different in our school. Uh, well, by God's grace, I got more than 35 awards. Even now, I'm being called. Since 20, I have not accepted to go, but to go for the awards. But what I'm saying, I never thought or dreamt that what I'm seeing, experiencing today, this is going to happen to me. So whether you dream or you don't dream about your future, about achieving something, but remember, what is very, very important in life is that you have to come out of your selfishness. See, the women empowerment begins within ourselves. We have to take control about our thoughts. And we have to see the ways where whatever problems we are facing, we should not get, let down. We should not feel there's no more hope. These are all some very wrong attitudes which really is going to kill your future, your bright future. It's destroying your bright future. So the destruction begins within ourselves at times because of whatever we are facing. So first we need to have a right attitude within ourselves. Let me think of my responsibilities. This is very, very important. The responsibilities, in spite of all the hatredness I may face or the rebelliousness I may face, we have to realize our responsibility. And these responsibilities have to be done. We have to choose to do that in the right way, in a way which is involved with honesty. You know, there's a saying, honesty is the best policy. See, when you look at the quotes, general quotes, two types of quotes we see. One is about not changing yourself, not giving up your own desires. You want to have pleasure, you want to enjoy life. There is one group of such people. There is other group of people who are ready for change. So I differentiated these people looking at the quotes. I love to read quotes. Somehow I want to encourage people. So I like to take inspirational thoughts from others also. And also, I want to help others, inspire them to move forward. So I don't want to talk much about my achievements. Maybe you all saw the PowerPoint that some things were told about me. I've been involved in relief work, in bringing up more than 1,000 poor children. And even in Gujarat, when there was an earthquake, it was God's grace that helped me. I led a team, a medical team, and people to, uh, help in the relief work. So along, I took that team. I didn't know about that place, nothing I knew. And it was purely by God's grace that uh, I went, took the challenge, and we went to some places where nobody had gone, reached also. So there were certain things which I myself never thought I would be able to do. Well, all of us have to, one thing I ask you sincerely, please honor honesty, because in the society, honesty is very much now being neglected. Because what people think, honesty has to be followed with lot of problems, with lot of struggles. This is how many people think. But see, there are people in this world who have experienced and they have given this quote, honesty is the best policy. So let us be inspired with good motivational thoughts which deals with honesty. So this is what I also want to follow in my life, and everybody in the school where I'm running now, where this in that school, I give emphasizes about the character part. And see, without the education of the heart, education of the mind is no education at all. And when it comes to character, we think we have to be very strict. No, it's just the opposite in my school. It is just the environment of kindness, no being harsh with the children, no with body language or with words. So you may wonder, Well, to be disciplined, they have to be dealt with strictly. Yeah, you can do that maybe after 10 or 11 years. Because in my school, I followed this and I proved it. Very short way I will tell. One stubborn boy came, joined our school the first year, grade 1. His name is Hamis. Was a Muslim child. Parents were well educated, well to do. But see, they got into this feeling that we have to hit this child to discipline him. And the school where they joined, the same thing was done there. So when they brought him to our school, they expected the same thing that I should do it. I was totally against that. And when children are crying, I used to allow the parents to be in the classroom also. That also teachers were against. Some of the parents also were against it. I made them understand. They said the child will get used to such bad habit. And I said, no, just listen to me, then it will be proved to you, I said. So some sat for 2, 3 days, some for 1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Then maybe maximum it was 6 to 7 weeks. That's all. After that, the child said, okay, bye mummy, bye daddy, bye grandma. So there were certain things what was involved in that. Now I have no time to tell all that. So now this child also, this mother used to sit and cry with the child and she'll keep hitting and pinching. You have to go to the classroom. And I said, okay, you don't need to be here. You leave the premises. She said, okay, I will take the child back to the previous school. I said, no, please give me time. I want to help your child. After that, you can take. Give me some time, I asked her. She said, okay. And then you can imagine for nearing 3 to 4 months, the child never entered the class. It was in the first floor. I just allowed him to be in the park. One caretaker will be watching him. Often I'll call him, I'll allow him to talk, very friendly. All our teachers also were supposed to be friendly with him. Then slowly we used to talk even about the classroom and how the attendance is important. And finally, he agreed to go. He went. But there again, he showed his all bad, stubborn character. He began to hit the children. He began to rob their things. And again, often they used to bring him. They got a big headache. They didn't know how to deal with him. Without losing patience, kept on talking to him softly, softly. No harsh treatment. By the end of the year, what happened? Totally he changed. And now he's studying in the 6th grade and he's such a obedient boy now. All the teachers are so surprised. The family stopped hitting him. See what I'm saying now, take Gandhiji, take Mother Teresa, take Abdul Kalam. See, whatever good things was in them, they began to bring it out, share with people. You do that. Maybe you won't be a great achiever like Gandhi or Abdul Kalam or Mother Teresa, but let us be like a drop in the ocean, right? We have to achieve something what is good. Help people to come out of the sufferings. Let them, enjoy life in the right way. Don't think I'm useless and okay, let me try to satisfy myself with my own pleasures and waste my time in useless things. My dear people, see, women are needed. You're very much needed. You're needed for people, for your family, for the society, wherever you work, wherever you are. You are very important. Sometimes we think, okay, let me achieve something. Well, it's good. You have a motive to achieve something. But what I'm saying again, if you think of achieving not only just for your good, but for everybody's good, it's going to be great. See, there is no real satisfaction in money or anything what we do then when we help others. It's totally something, a different satisfaction. Very, very different. We try to find all the enjoyment and joy and peace dealing with ourselves and with our families, with our friends, I tell you again, it is limited. But when you think about others, when you think about the people who are let down, who are suffering, who are broken-hearted, who need your help, sometimes, we try to distance ourselves from such people because we said we have just little time. Let them take care of themselves. Why should I get disturbed and I do something? No, my dear people, please see that enjoyment, see that satisfaction, experience that. We are very much now needed for others. We have to realize that now, whoever you are, whatever you're going through in your life, whatever condition you're facing. Now, I spoke today morning to Dr. Bhavani, and she said most of them, they are like paramedical courses they are doing. And usually, the course to be a doctor, that is highly regarded. Okay, we not get able to get that post. Okay, let me do something else in the medical field. See, whatever you're doing, you should honor that. You should have a great regard for it. I'm not trying to exaggerate. See, we can do carelessly, but I tell you, you should now motivate yourself first to empower yourself so that you will also empower others. And listen to the thoughts, to the good thoughts, which will empower you. You don't listen to the things which tries to pull you back. Your life is very much important. The best satisfaction, what is in life, you need to experience. The greatest satisfaction. See, I told you Abdul Kalam and Mother Teresa and Gandhiji, just the thought was within them. They went through, nobody trained them for that. Whatever they achieved, did anybody train them for that? No. Well, Gandhiji, you have to now work for freedom for the nation. Did anybody tell him that? Nobody said that. Or nobody put that responsibility upon him. See, he was involved about thinking about others. He was looking at the situations. It was not just about his life. And the thoughts, what he had, he began to share it with others. And then a group was formed. And then through that group, he was able to achieve there's something very special in this world. The freedom got through the non-violence. See now what is happening between Russia and Ukraine. What a sad thing it is. And it may be the cause of the Third World War where people are so scared. So all of us need to pray a lot to God about it. So my dear people, please consider what is good. Everybody started with something, small things, small steps. You don't wait for somebody to encourage you. That's the last thing you have to do. See, women are usually like, unknowingly they building themselves. Somebody I need. I cannot do anything alone. I need somebody. No, that's also a very wrong thought. If you want to do something, what you feel is right, and you think I need somebody, no. Man keeps on changing. Even if somebody wants to do good or stand with you all the time, maybe the situations will not allow them. So don't depend on anybody. You need to depend on yourself. And of course, the greatest power for me, the strength for me was Jesus, depending on Him. So we have to depend on the divine power. It is very, very important, and the divine power is always manifested in honesty, in truth, in sincerity, in what is good. The divine power will never encourage evil things. So you see, Gandhiji, how wonderfully, what a great achievement it was. No country in this world got freedom in such a way. Non-violence. He won through the non-violence movement. We see what Mother Teresa achieved, serving the poor, how Abdul Kalam encouraged so many young people, and he scientifically he achieved so many things. See, in our lives, let us take the good example, but immediately we think, well, I can't be like that. Be something which is useful and you feel satisfied. Why don't you experience that satisfaction? So, women, raise up. Stop feeling that you're isolated, you're being rejected, you're being looked down upon. You take what is good for your life and do the same thing for others. We have to consider others. See, women empowerment is not just for empowering ourselves for selfish reasons. I would love women to be empowered to also bring a great satisfaction in others' lives. And the satisfaction what you get through that is something you cannot describe with words. So I now time is running, and I thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak few words. I hope it helps you. And once again, I thank all of you for giving me this privilege and also giving me this opportunity to share a few thoughts. I hope it is helpful for you. God bless all of you. God bless you. Thank you.
It was really an excellent presentation. Thank you, ma'am, for the wonderful talk. It was an eye opening, motivational, and inspiring session for the upcoming women entrepreneurs. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much, ma'am. Now the session is open for discussion.
Good morning, ma'am. Ma'am, I have a small question for you, ma'am. Nowadays, after this COVID, we do work a lot, both offline, online. We were working. That was a stress. Again, we came on offline. We could not balance between this online and offline, and between the family also as a woman, ma'am. What would you suggest just for a stress buster? Especially, we are working lot of online only, ma'am. Just give you a small tip for us to overcome this, ma'am. Ma'am, can you hear me, ma'am?
Sorry, am I involved in this?
Yes, ma'am. I was just asking you a small
Okay.
suggestion, ma'am. I was really very much well blowed by your speech, ma'am. Now, as a youngster, I would like to ask a small question for you, ma'am. Like now, due to this COVID, we're having like online sessions as well as we have now we move on to the offline. Now, how could we balance with this online and offline and with family back to normal? Back to normal becomes a task for us now, ma'am. Just
Should
say how to
I?
overcome our stress, ma'am.
Sorry, I was really out. Please, one more time, please repeat the question. I didn't know.
Ma'am, just to say a few tips, ma'am, like for the stress busters, ma'am. We have lot of stress now, ma'am, especially for the
So,
ladies, ma'am. Just what
okay.
can we do to reduce the stress?
Okay, regarding the stress you're asking me,
Yes,
yeah,
ma'am.
it's true. It's a very important question where many people are going through that. And personally, that's what I told you, that I really pray to God and I look upon Jesus, and He says, I give you the peace which the world cannot give. I do that. That's one of the main thing. And then I think about my responsibilities is more important than my stress. So now regarding this stress point, we have to, when the stress comes into us and we are not able to overcome that, what we have to do is we have to get involved with some other things which will divert us. I know it is very difficult. See, I told you I involved with the divine power. I pray. I ask Jesus to give me the strength and peace. And then I also try to look towards my responsibilities, think about others. The responsibilities I have to do for my family, for others, whatever it is. So, like, I have to bear it. So, now this thinking is very important. Your thoughts, see, there is a positive energy in your positive thoughts and even in your words. I think now that is very fast spreading about this aspect. If you read the Google, I haven't read much, but I have heard few people saying there is a lot of positive energy in positive thinking and positive speaking. So you speak to yourself. You say, I know I cannot be now caught up in the stress. I have to think about others. I have to do what I have to do for others, the responsibilities. So let me awaken myself. Let me strengthen myself. You speak to yourself, think about it. Surely try to do that, and the positive energy will surely help you, right? You also can divert to other things like keep yourself engaged. Stop thinking about what is hurting you, what is making you stressed up, and try to see a solution. You can share it also with somebody who will help you in this. Sharing is very important. Yeah,
Yes,
I
ma'am.
didn't know
Thank you,
that I
ma'am.
didn't
Thank you.
answer. Yeah,
Your
okay.
answer was like more promising for me. First, you said as God. Yes, definitely. God said or answered. He's always there to help us. Second is
Yeah,
you said about the hobbies, ma'am. Yes, I do
yeah,
like that. Let us
uh,
recollect and don't bother about others. We have to think about the depending people are with us. Yes, ma'am.
yeah,
Definitely.
yeah, yeah,
Your words are like golden words that has to be framed
uh,
up for each and
yeah,
every woman who work. Thank you, ma'am, for your clear
yeah.
uh,
Welcome.
ideas. Thank you, ma'am.
God bless you. Welcome.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much, ma'am, for your motivational speech.
Yeah.
Now, I would like to call upon Dr. M.J. Kotishwari, ma'am, Assistant Professor, Faculty of Allied Health Sciences, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Thank you, madam. Good morning to our Honorable Management Committee, Chief Guest, friends, seniors, and everyone present here. It's my privilege to propose a vote of thanks in this webinar, and it's time to acknowledge everyone at this juncture. On behalf of Faculty of Allied Health Science, and extend my most sincere thanks to the Almighty for making today's event a grand success. With His blessings and grace, we are able to make this event successful. It's my gratitude and pleasure to thank our Honorable Chairman, Dr. A.C. Shanmugam Sir, President Engineer ACS Arun Kumar Sir, Secretary Thiru A. Ravi Kumar Sir, Vice Chancellor Dr. Geeta Lakshmi Madam for their constant support and encouragement. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to our Director of Faculty of Allied Health Sciences, Dr. Kalavadi Victor Madam, uh, our principal, Dr. V. Kalpana Devi ma'am, for their motivation and assistance in guiding us to organize this webinar. The most alluring thing a woman can have is confidence. I extend a hearty vote of thanks to Dr. Grace Romelia, founder Grace International School, uh, for attending this webinar. Hope all the students have been benefited out of it and gain confidence and satisfaction, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. My special and sincere thanks to all the faculty members and the students for their participation in this webinar. I thank you once all for giving me this opportunity to propose a vote of thanks. Thank you, ma'am.
Participants, kindly fill the feedback link that have been posted in the chat box. Thank you one and all for your immense presence. After submitting your link, you will be getting a certificate through your email. So thank you one and all.